Hey everybody, this is Graham Judd with Judd's Quail. I wanted to show you guys usable parts of a quail after a quail has been processed. So I had a customer who wanted some processed birds today. I processed the birds out. They're cooling down right now. They're in a bowl, they're inside. But I wanted to show you guys the parts that can be used after you cull. If you're like me, you don't want to waste anything, right? These birds are giving their lives so that we can eat. And the most respectful thing that we can do is use every bit of that bird. So let me show you some parts and we'll kind of discuss what you can do with them from there. Okay, so this little piece here is the heart. This is definitely usable. This is the liver. If you've ever processed chickens or eaten chicken liver or rabbit liver, this is basically the same exact thing, just significantly smaller. Here is the gizzard. The gizzard is easily identifiable because it kind of has this little dark sheen right there. There you go. You can kind of see it better. It's like a whitish clear, really, you know, when you're processing the birds, it almost has like a mother of pearl type of look to it. But this is your gizzard. And last but not least, this is the neck. If you cut right behind the head, which is what I did on this one, you're gonna have a neck that is about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches long. And this neck does have usable meat on it. Okay, so the lungs are not usable for food or anything, but these are the lungs. The lungs you can tell apart from everything else because they're a very bright pink color. Like with any bird, you're gonna have a bile sac that is attached to the liver. It is a very small bile sac. It's maybe the size of a Tic Tac, but it's very dark. It's almost a black color. I don't mess with those too much when I'm dressing out the birds because obviously I don't want to bust it. I spatchcock. That's kind of how I do all of my birds. So I just kind of pull everything out, drop it into a bucket. The kidneys also are in there, and if you can separate the kidneys from everything else, the kidneys are definitely going to be usable. Again, they're about the size of a Tic Tac. So with your birds, when you're processing them out, the goal is to use everything that you possibly can. A lot of people want to save the livers, they want to save the hearts, they want to save the necks, and they want to save the gizzards because those are actually usable parts. Just like with a chicken, just like with a turkey, you can certainly use the neck, the heart, the gizzard, all of that. And you can use that to make a gravy. You can use that to make a broth. The problem is they're just so small. So I don't use any of the giblets because, you know, you got to process so many birds for it to really even be worth it. If you're going to be processing a lot of birds and you're going to be wanting to make some type of giblet gravy, great, save them. Otherwise, those can just be tossed off to the chickens. They can be tossed off to the dogs. The dogs can eat them. Or you can compost. That's a great use for any leftover parts. I compost everything when I'm dressing out the birds because I'm going to have a garden this spring and I want that to be a rich, fertile soil. So all of my quail leftovers compost. But you don't have to. There's other things, and let me show you couple other things. Here are the wings and the feet. Now these obviously can be composted. You see I took my glove off and ended up making a mess. These obviously can be composted just like, you know, any other part of the bird. But some people like to use these for other things. Your quail feet can be used as dog treats. They can be dried out and used as dog treats. Lots of people do that. I don't. Again, I turn everything back into compost, but you know, if you want to do a quail feet dog treat, you can Google a YouTube video. Maybe I'll start doing it and make a video of my own one day on how to dry them out. A lot of people just bury the feet in like cornmeal, and that will help to dry them out. You can do the same thing with the wings. The wings have multiple uses too. Falconers use wings for training. Fly tyers use the wings for their feathers, and they can use the feathers to make fishing flies. People who are training hunting dogs will also use the wings to help train hunting dogs. So if you're wanting to sell the quail feet as a dog treat, you can do that. If you're wanting to sell the feathers, you can do that. If you're wanting to sell the wings, you can do that. Oh, a friend of mine actually uses the feathers and makes jewelry out of them, makes earrings and stuff. Really nice stuff. Guidraw's Family Farm, Aaron Guidraw's, look him up. You can go on their website. They actually sell jewelry. I think it's guidrawsfamilyfarm.com. But one of the things that I like so much about the quail is how useful the entire bird is. If you want to save the neck, liver, gizzard, and do a broth or do a gravy, you certainly can do that. You can also compost. If you want to save the wings, use those for other purposes, sell them and make a little bit of money, you can do that. You can also compost. Same thing with the feet. The feet make a fantastic dog treat. You can do that. And then you can basically eat the rest of the bird. These birds, in my opinion, are probably the best in terms of self-sufficiency because they mature so quickly, because they're so easy to dress out, and because you can use 100% of the bird. Again, you don't have to save any of these parts. You can compost 100% of it. Regardless of what you try to do, you still have the ability to use 100% of this bird. You guys have a great day. God bless you. We'll talk to you soon.